A lot of us at some point or another dream about making our own game. In fact, it's something I've tried to do on multiple occasions, only to realise it's such a massive undertaking and bail out early on. Nevertheless, it doesn't stop me from dreaming about what game, or in this case city builder, I would love to make and what features I would add. So here we go, I am Mike from thempeeps.com and here are 5 of my favourite features found in city builder games. Let us know down in the comments below if you agree with this list, and if not, what would you have added differently? Let's take it back to 2013, where we were all eagerly awaiting EA's newest take on Simcity. This game looked like it was gonna be amazing, the graphics looked great, the features it boasted seemed pretty damn awesome, and it had multiplayer, which just got me bouncing off the walls with excitement. Now, we all know how the story goes, let's not bring up the traumas of the past, instead, let us take a look at my favourite feature of SimCity, the multiple cities. While it was intended to be a multiplayer feature where you all trade resources and work together to build the megastructures, to me it was the ability to make different cities which focused on different things and have them all interact with each other. I could have an education utopia, an industrial paradise, or even a super futuristic metropolis, depending on what mood I was in. It's the main reason I kept playing SimCity for years after its release, and it's definitely a feature I would love to see in more city builders. As I'm a loving ruler, I like to take a keen interest in each of my citizens. So keen in fact, that I love to know each of their likes and their dislikes, their fears and hopes, and better yet, how useful they are to me. If you've ever played Stonehearth, you'll know what I'm talking about. Every time you get a new Hearthling to join your community, you know you need to check out their stats and get them the job of their dreams. I bloody loved making sure all of their personalities matched their roles, and it was so nice when you got that perfect one to plod along for that recently vacant profession. This added some much needed stakes to the game, making it all that much sadder when a group of enemies came along and wiped out your happy little community. Now, while I love a good city builder to chill out with and get a bit creative, I also have a fondness for survival focused city builders. Games like Cliff Empire and Banished are prime examples of this. They raise the stakes by not just tasking you to build the biggest, baddest city around, but by making you have to monitor your citizens' well-being. You need to make sure that you're giving your people what they want, otherwise you'll need to deal with the consequences. Using Banished as an example, aside from providing the basics like food and water, you need to get your peeps clothes so they don't freeze in the winter, tools so that they can work, and schools so you can make sure that the next generation knows which way is up. You get the idea. If you don't provide for your town, it'll all come crashing down and you'll be left with a bunch of empty buildings sitting in a field. Yes, it can be frustrating at times, especially when you've got a good thing going and one of your peeps dies and they were the only one who could do a certain thing and the whole production chain breaks and the world just ends. But it's still worth it. It always keeps me coming back for more. This one is a fairly new addition to the list, mainly because I would never have even considered it before playing Foundation. Organic city growth is such a cool feature. You just zone out the areas you want for residential, for farming, whatever you need, and just sit back and watch your people work. I loved the fact that the roads were made from the paths most travelled. It added a nice bit of realism. I think what would make this perfect is if your population worked on the upgrades automatically. For example, you would research the next stages of the buildings and your citizens would then upgrade the buildings automatically when the resources became available. I just think it's so cool to see the towns and cities grow on their own, and you just focus on making sure that there's enough resources to go around to keep your people alive and kicking. And now to my number one feature, the ability to build things how I want. There are a couple of games that let you do this, Stonehearth, Foundation, and in some aspects, Kingdoms and Castles to name a few. I bloody love this feature. Being able to put your personality into your towns is just awesome. I especially liked this about Stonehearth. I loved how you got to design everything. Yes, it was all made of blocks, kind of like Minecraft, but who cares? I got to make what I want, and at the end of the day, that's what I like about city builders. You give me any free reign of creativity when I'm building my city and I will be hooked, I can guarantee it. Well, there you go, that was my 5 favourite city builder game features. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more gaming related content, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you want to see even more of me, you can join me over on Twitch. My channel is called A Chap Called Mike, I'll pop a link to it in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, until next time, ta-ta for now.